Hey everybody. I hope everyone's doing good tonight. I'm just getting my wet palette set up here for the night, so give me just a second and we'll get this show on the road. I'm still trying to figure out a good place to put my face cam for you guys. I know you guys miss my beautiful face. Hi Avery. I'm also in the art of chat in Discord if I did that right. So anybody is bored and wants to chat in our Discord, you're more than welcome to hop in and say hi to me, joke around. Let's get these bubbles out. A little paper towel action here. Whoop. So here we have Mando number one. Okay, it's fine. You know what, Avery, you can help me. Just refresh my memory. Now I remember they said what was the colors they wanted for this Mando? Let's see here. Grab dry brush for this. Uno? Uno's a color? I didn't know Uno was a color. Just gonna do some prep while I wait here. Hmm. So she said she would like them uniform looks, purples, blues, and pinks. Okay. Purples, blues, pinks. I think we can do that. As soon as I find where I put my glue. My glue ran away. My desk is trashed at the moment. We've been doing a lot of moving around, getting things situated for all the festivities that are coming up here. If it isn't one thing, it's another. Well, she does awesome. Trying to get this fixed here quick. Okay, we're gonna let this one sit for a minute and glue that back on. That poor model. Well, while that dries here for a second, what other ones I got primed? Besides Veda. Guess we're gonna be working on Veda in a moment. Alright. So we're gonna go with some Veda action here. This is where I left off on him right now. So we're gonna just pick up right back. It's a little bit more brighter in the black category that I want, but that's fine. I'm gonna go in here with some shades and tone that back down. Right now I'm just trying to get the gradients and everything else correctly on there. I need to pull up Darth Vader himself here quick, just so I make sure I'm using the right colors. I mean, obviously he is the king of black, but I want to make sure that I'm getting the other little tidbits right. Inside of the mask is that color. Some grays, some silvers, K. Okay, that's what I thought. So in his mask itself, he's got some silvers. So he's got those little bars that come through. Then he's got like these 3 points. One right in the nose. And then right here on the tips, these. Then he's got some buttons and stuff on his chest. There we go. Got a picture of the OG Vader. So white, white, white. Metallic box. Doesn't have the slider. So we got a little bit of white. We got a little bit of red. Okay. Get a bit of gray silver out here. So we got these 3 right here. He's got these toggles. I know one of them I remember is red, but I'm going to give it a white base just to make that red pop more. Okay, then we got the reds. What? Second button down and the last. Alright, so this last button is red. And so is this button right here. And then these 3 have strips of red in them. So do something like that here quick. All right, so there's that. What's his belt buckle look like? Silver? Got it. So it looks like that. So this inner side right here. And then of course we have a lot of buttons on these guys, which are greens, whites, and silvers. Do like that. And then I said a green, so I'm going to go ahead and pre-base them white. Just because it's going to help that green pop, especially on black. Because I can, I'm going to do the neck chain up here. Just give it a little bit more colors. I see a lot of it's like black chain, a lot of the photos, but I just want that pop of color. He's got a lot of black going on, so I'm trying to help differentiate between everything. And I moved my desk, so I'm also need to adjust a few things as we go here. So first thing I'm gonna do is push this back just a hair. You know, I'm half tempted. I think I'm just gonna do that. Oh, it's gonna get weird looking here for a second. Oh yeah, there we go. Much better. Just get that dialed in here quick. All right, there we go. So we got the base coloring in there. I do have some green sitting here, so let's get some green on it. How's the mic sound, Avria? Good and clear. Good. That's what I like to hear. All right, I'm gonna get some rubber black out here. So this is what I'm using for this undersuit, trying to get it so that way it represents the actual cloth part. There's a little bit of difference between that and the, we'll say, the more metallic or hard surfaces, just to give it a little bit more definition. Got that stacked good, that's good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start popping in some white. The underarm here. So I'm going to try to get a little bit of the shadows that pop up on the side, just because it gives that definition. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more of that silver gray. I'm going to dump that into that rubber black pile that I made. But now I'm going to be a lot more picky where I put it. Might be a little too much silver gray. But it is definitely giving us the ability to see all those shapes that they put into the model. That's the hard thing when models are primarily in a black tone. It's like you have so much detail to pop out, but you have to do it in such a way that it doesn't kill it from being black, which is kind of hard to do unless you really practice at it. Like, for example, the gloves, the inner robe, stuff like that, I'm going to do with the regular sheen black because I just want to stand apart. So I'm trying to get these other colors in here just to give it different flavors of black, just to help pop out the model more. So, for example, with that, if I can find it, let me see if I can grab the other part of that color combo, which is going to be some Dark Reaper action. Might have made it to my bag. Thunderhawk. Ah, found it. Some Dark Reaper. Let me get this on the palette here quick. So this is the recipe that gets a little bit colder feeling. Because I prefer cold blacks, so it's colors like blue grays that I usually use, blue blacks. So for example, like the inside of this robe, I'm going to come in here and start picking out the shapes. Oh, I gotta get used to it being down here. All right, so same thing. Now I'm going to take some of that Dark Reaper, put a little bit of Thunderhawk into it. This is more of a straight Thunderhawk now. These are GW colors I'm using. Now I'm going to take a little bit of that silver gray and throw that into the Thunderhawk. This is going to give me a very bright blue-gray. And this is literally just for me to pop into some of these joints. You know, accent the brightest points of the edges. And it's a little bit overkill, which is fine because we're going to come back and put them all back together here in a second. All right, so with that, I'm going to come back here with some of that Thunderhawk. I'm just basically thinning it down with my brush itself. And just bringing those tails together. Get that nice gleam off of that piece of the cloth. I'm going to do the same thing on the box itself right here. Because now I'm all about doing shapes. So it's going to be a lot of me highlighting. Because that's what black work is. Because especially when you prime black, you already start at the deepest color you can. So now you got to figure out how to accent those colors to bring out them the most. Then once you have that spot, I'm going to come in here with that bright color that we just got again. And I'm going to get the sharp spots. So like right here on the corners a little bit. If I fall out of frame for a second, give me a second. I'm learning where I have the camera at. I've moved my setup in the last couple days, so I'm kind of getting back to a comfortable position where I like everything. It's starting to feel a little bit more normal. It just takes a second. Let's get this other side matching up now. I broke it. What did I break? Yeah, well, I tend to do that too, I guess. All right. Doing that slow build up here. We're going to go just straight Thunderhawk. And then we're going to that bright color that we made. Yep, see, I just got myself a little bit out of frame. All right, so here's the question is, let's start getting in the belt buckles. Oh, there's the test. Hi there. I take it that is the owner of the models, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you for joining us. I hope you are having a good night. Still at work in the office, huh? I know how that goes. Well, I hope time travels fast for you. And hopefully I can at least entertain you a little bit while you're stuck there. Stealing away right now? Hmm. Alright, let's add a little bit more of that Thunderhawk here. As I move up in the brightness, the big thing I gotta make sure is to use less and less of it. You know, it's really easy to be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna add this stripe down the entire, you know, a stripe down the entire thing. That's actually a lot of times what you don't want to do. You want to aim more towards your highlight spots, which are gonna be like where the light hits it the most, and then fade away from that. Make another little batch of this silver gray with Thunderhawk. Just sketching out the next spots right there in the clip. In the good old, like, what do you call that? Like, waist robe? All right, let's get that Thunderhawk going. Get that edge highlight. It's very important because we need that to determine where the shape actually is for our eyes. Let's get that like a little bit of a hip bump right here. All right, so when we hit this color, this is more about accenting. That's this Thunderhawk, so it's like this light blue gray mixed with some actual silver gray, makes it like a really off-white color. And this is more for like your outlines. This is to help bring all those shapes together, you know, the differentiate between each shape. Little pops of colors here and there. That's about it. You can really easily overdo this. Need to fix the undercoat here. Oh, that is rubber black. That is not the actual color black. All right, let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? So I'm gonna let the under there dry, and then we can come in there and fix what I just did. So we got these gloves. Let's get these gloves. These gloves should be entertaining because you got all these stripes running down these gloves. Like if I sit there and hit everything, they're not going to be black. They're going to be a completely different color because it's just going to be oversaturated with all the highlights. So I'm just going to think I'm going to get that base coat in there, but I'm going to skip right up to the higher and see if I can at least just trace out some of the shapes. So let's start with just one side. Try not to go too overboard with those gloves. I just more want to see what's good. No problem. Come back when you're ready. Hopefully it's a good phone call. So you got the shoulder plate. Let's get that knocked out. All right. Let's take a look at this helmet here. What do we got? The good old Vader helm. All right, so it looks like I already pre-highlight did the highlights. So let's get some of the tracing in here and see what we got. See how far we got to go. Okay, that took pretty well. Let's jump up to the next color. Get that ridge. All right, let's see if we can get. Oh, I see I picked up some green on my palette. We do not want that. I'm going to come in there and fix that spot here in a second. Get that. Let's get this saber here quick while we're at it. All right, so we still gotta get that other glove yet. Looks like I started the work right there. Go in here and get the inside of these fingers back so that way we have some definition on this hand. Just using some primer to reestablish some of the lines. And then I will sculpt around it. All right, going back to that Thunderhawk. All right, let's get to that bright color. I'm going to add a little bit more white to this because I just want to accent it. Okay, see, that's a little more blue-gray than I want, so that's fine. We'll come in here and we just add a little bit more black. All right. Now I'm going to basically do the same thing with the glove as I did with the other hand. I'm going to just come in here and start lining out these ridges and let that do most of the work, because if not, the glove is going to be more blue than black and we don't want that. We're already pushing that limit anyways. So I'm just going to come in here. This is just some Thunderhawk. I'm just popping that in quick before I jump to the actual line color. we get this side of the boot yet, but he's getting there. He's about there. All right, so we basically got that so far. That red's still got to dry a bit before we do anything else with it. I'm half tempted. I don't think I'm gonna do it on this one. I like the neutral by itself on this one. But we're gonna have to see like what are we feeling for the floor. I'm thinking something imperial, like I'm on a starship. Maybe he's in the hallway, you know, killing some Republican or yeah. Yeah. Sorry, my brain just died. So we'll figure that one out here in a minute. But in the meantime, I also have a Mando here. So from what I heard is the color palette was some blues, some purples, and some pinks. Now there's a reason I made it silver first, because I'm gonna try something that I haven't done in a while, and that's to get a metallic color for the armor. So for this one, I find a blue that I like. It's fluorescent blue, aka fluorescent blue. We're gonna give this a whirl to see how this behaves on top of that. Now I'm gonna do this a little bit differently because I'm trying to save the silver underneath. So I'm gonna pop some of that in there. Then I'm gonna take some glaze. That's retarded. That is not that. Where, oh where is the glaze have gone? There it is. And we're gonna see if we can make ourselves a translucent color that'll play nice on top of this Mando's armor. Going a bit brighter than I normally would, but I'm doing that on purpose. So here comes the experimentation. So let's start with this helmet here. So see how like I wipe it on there, it's nothing there. To give this a whirl. It looks funny at the moment. All right. So there's that to try. Or we're going to give some ink a shot. See which one I like better. Let's find a nice panel. Let's go with a leg. Maybe. Possibly. Go to the side. I think the silver might be too dark for what I'm actually trying to achieve with this. Because if I remember right, you can correct me if I'm wrong, either one of you, that we were looking for pops of color, so like vibrant. Which is, if that's the case, then I'm probably going to have to take her up a notch yet. All right, so brighter, 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 brighter. All right, so if that's the case, let's try this. Try it with this knee pad here. So we're going to give one more thing a try with this ink. If that doesn't do what I want it to do, then I'm going to go with the old school leveling up, going from darks to lights with the blues, which is fine with me. I'm just trying something that I usually haven't got to play with that much. All right. Well, while we wait for that, because that's going to take a minute to dry on top of that, there's also this boy. But this is for tomorrow's project. All right, let's see how this ink's going to play on this. Okay. Okay, I can dig that. So let's see what it looks like on a little bit bigger of a plate. Now I know they got shin guards normally. So we'll try it with this shin plate once it dries and see how that does. Welcome back. The only downside about using inks is they take a lot longer to dry. Well, thank you. I also make sure to use the desk for my hands because I know what you mean with the shaking. Neon pinks, blue, and purple. Like Tron. Like Tron. That almost reminds me more of a Baharoth blue then. Okay. What do you think about the blue on that knee pad? Is that what kind of blues you're talking about? Okay. So think Tron. Okay. So more it's like you're thinking more of colors like if they were lights. So like a light blue, I'm not saying like, it's a lightish blue. I'm saying like if you had a light like a flashlight and it happened to be blue like that. Like the lights in Tron. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing now. Yeah, if that's the case, then the rest of these I will be base coating in white. Just to help increase the brightness. Do you still want the undersuits? Like, do you want just the armors to be that color? Or do you want like their clothes to be that crazy color too? Okay. You can also pop it in our Discord. I have access to the Discord. Armor only. All right. So we're gonna still go with like grays and stuff like that because a lot of Mandos usually have like a gray under armor, or I would say under armor, under clothes. Okay, so if that's the case, then I can use this rubber black I've got on my palette. All right, now that I got a better idea, I'm gonna start cranking away here. I'm almost curious. What do you think about leather holsters? Most protective order. Well, you should probably do that, but I appreciate the comment. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rock that. It's starting to come together in my head. All right. All right, so I'm going to jump into some sky blue here instead. It's going to be a couple different colors on this armor right off the bat because I am trying to figure out the recipes that I want to use. Once I know exactly what I want to use, I'm just going to, zone out and you're going to see a lot of things happen all at once. So this is a sky blue. A little bit of white for highlights would do good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely try that leather holster because I like just that warmth. Because it's like we're gonna have all these bright colors, right? So it's like kind of like a baby neon blue and all these neon colors, bringing in, and then you have that darker gray undercloth. Then you're gonna have this warm leather, which is gonna add that accent to it. It's gonna stand out, but in like in a natural way. So let me grab my leather colors. We don't have Doom Bolt at the house, do we? I didn't take it home, did I? Doom Bolt, where are thou? Okay. I see your message. I'm gonna see what I can do about that. I got what you're putting down. I understand. And thank you very much. Let's see. Now, if I could only find my Doom Bolt. You do have it. You jerk. Let me see if I have it extra. Fine. I found it. We're all good. Well, I found a color of it. All right. Get these loaded up here quick. Some Rhinox. Bit of Doom Bowl. I swear I just had Deathclaw. There it is. All right. Okay, that's drying right there. All right, let's see what these holsters look like. So I'm going to start with some rich dark brown for the undercoat. It's definitely going to be interesting. All right, so we'll stick with that one. I kind of want to do this too because it's going to help break off from that dark coat. Okay. Start with that. Get that other coat of the sky blue on here just because I got a little bit of that white showing through yet. Too worried about his foot at the moment. All right. We're going to move up to Doom Bull on this harness, or the holster, I mean. This is definitely going to be a fun, colorful. So there's that. So I'm going to take some of that rubber black that I just made. I'm going to mix some of the silver gray in there. Bump it up a notch. Trying to remember how far their thigh plates go. Or if they even have armored thigh plates. I don't even remember. I'm going to have to go watch The Mandalorian again. Need a little bit more. Coat to Doom Bowl. Because we're going to be all about brightness with these. So I want everything to pop. Thank you, thank you. All right. Add just a little bit more of that white into that. Now I can sit here and start tracing out shapes. All right. Grab some of this Doom Bowl. Mix in a little Death Claw. Just a pinch. Get that rich leather going. Maybe a scratch here or there. And then some straight up Deathclaw. Just for a little bit of distress in the leather. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Trace out all of this. All right, let's get this bottom one in there too. So help it will like pop out this band that holds his kneecap on, or his kneecap holds on his knee pad. Words are hard. So we got these back straps. Yes, warmth, all that warmth. Helps balance it out. Good. Oh, I'm starting to dig it. Look out. Oh, did I get the other side yet? Nope. All right, so with this armor, let me find my sanity because I'm pretty sure I've lost my sanity at this point. My apprentices tell me that it was a long time ago. And, I kind of believe them that it was a long time ago that I had sanity. I just want to know, in this chaos of an art studio, where I put my, thank you, Abria, where I put my detail brush. I swear, I just had it. I'm giving it about 30 seconds. 30 seconds of flipping tables. I'm kidding. I'm not flipping tables. I just move these tables. Oh well, let me grab one of these. Oh, I misread that. Thank you much for the sub. And thank you, Aria, for correcting my... I was going to be mean to myself. I'm going to stop right now. Breaking out a new detail brush. Alright. So, a lot of people like to use shade for this, but when I do this type of armor and I want to not change my surface, I'm just going to water down the black that I have. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to trace all the lines by hand. Because I'm a glutton for punishment, and that's what I do. Not enough water yet. There we go. Now we're getting there. Nope. The blob. It's all right. Just soak it back up. So we got this plate right here. So this is when we get the real clean up, the real sharp part going. Go in there and get all those little mistakes that you had out of the way. And I can come in here and I see like a little bit of white showing behind the kneecap. So I'm going to go in there, pop that. Just get it out of the way. Yes, yes, I am a glutton for punishment. I will fully admit that. You think this is bad? I literally had to do this on white armor for an entire Space Marine army. Because I did not feel like cleaning up a bunch of white. So I just sit there and hand painted every line until my eyes bled. See, I think we need a little bit more definition on this knee. So let's get this underside here. Yeah. See, it's just that nice little color in there. Pop. Brings out that bottom part. So, now I'm going to take some of this sky blue. That's the blue that we're using. I'm going to take that silver gray and I'm going to mix it in there. A little bit more. So that way I know I can start detailing these lines. If I keep this up, I might have to keep these. Kidding. Don't sue me. Sounds like you could. There we go. We're starting to get all those shapes to pop out. I'll have to come back and clean that side up here in a second from my watery black mess. So let's get the bottom part of the boots there. Get that. Then I also like to come where I got that dark line. I like to come in also with a bright highlight right next to it. Just because it helps pop out that detail just that much more. Again, it's one of those glutton for punishment things that I like to do. All right. Now I'm going to go with that straight silver gray. Let's put in some higher points here. These are just to help boost the color again. Oh, I need this corner. Give it. Yeah. That's a little more than I wanted, so I'm going to come back with that light blue that I have, and I'm going to give it like a little glaze just to knock it down from that white back into the blue categories. Come in here, let's fix this boo-boo. Get those shapes back. All right. Now we can get into the highlights. So with that same, we're gonna use the same colors we did with the gray, just not as bright, just to bring some accent into these boots. Give a little bit of definition on the heels. So like I said, I'm not gonna go too crazy with that. I just wanted to bring up that first step of color, and then let's give a little sheen. Let's just say they just polished their boots. Let's say this is a Mando that really likes their boots. We both know that's usually not the case. We've seen how Star Wars stuff looks. It's usually all beat the crap out of. But this Mando likes her boots. Let's see here. Get that bottom of the sole ridge. Oh, yeah. Give me some good definitions. Love that when you add that, then it actually makes those shapes pop out. It's a little bit bright for my taste, so I'm going to come back in here with that gray. I'm going to like glaze it on. Just knock it down just a hair. Too much water. Now I got to do the other side. Might switch up the boot. We'll see as we go here. All right, so we got 1 foot. Let's make this even. Or should we paint? You know, we should probably paint the butt. All right. Lay down my sketches quick here. So that was subtle. I'm going to take that same color, mix a little bit more white into it, bring it up more to that closer the front. So it's a lighter gray. I'm just going to keep on sketching. So then we just kind of got the rundown here. All right. Clean up the sketch a bit. And do the same thing. Add a little bit more of that white into that gray. And I think I just got sabotaged. Oh, I did. I can still work with it. We're good. So now I'm starting to reinforce the shapes again. Don't need nowhere near as much. Do that. A little bit of the other color. Feather it. Feather it. All right. All right. So we got that. See a hidden belt here. Boom. I don't know. I'm digging this warmth. I hope it helps bring it all together. It gives you that bright color you're talking about. Yes, they are. They are going to be recorded. You can either find them for a while on our Twitch, or you can find them on our YouTube. You are very welcome. All right. Thinking. Okay. Trying to figure out what colors I want on this one. Obviously, the blue is going to be the most prominent color on this one. Just trying to figure out where I want to pop in a little bit of purple. And I might do that with like a house sigil or something. I don't know. Haven't got that far yet. We'll figure that out here in a minute. I like to think on the run. Oh, I'm getting off topic here. Let me get back here to the center of the screen. Wait for this to dry here for a second. All right. Just gonna finish base coating these colors in here real quick. So that's still wet. Let's get this boot. Gotta pause for a second. Let it dry. Let it dry for a second. This may seem like a random question, but how often do you guys get orders for painting from out of the States? We get orders from all over the United States. So actually, we only get very few from Illinois, but we get them from all over the place. So I think we've actually maybe only got one or two from Illinois, if you are talking about being in our state. There we go. All right, let's get this under. See, there's a crotch plate, right? No, doesn't look like it on this one. Okay. We do not do streams all the time. Live stream. It's pretty much the same thing. We're trying to get back into the habit. So we just moved into a new building probably about a month or two ago. So we've been getting that situated. Not to mention we have all kinds of other things that are opening up for the business, which is great. But we've been kind of hustling, trying to get everything back in line so that way we can get all of our other services back up and running. Thank you. Um, but when we get everything back up and running, we should have at least one of our painters will be streaming in the morning, and then I will be streaming more in the afternoon. I usually take care of the elite and epic tiers, while Devin, the other artist that will be streaming, takes care of more tabletop plus. And he's starting to push into elite, but he's still getting it under control there with that. But hopefully, we plan on doing a lot more streaming. I know I plan on having because I have a lot of Star Wars coming up. Yeah, that's right, mastering that craft. Tuesdays, I think what we situated on is Tuesdays or Wednesdays are going to be a Star Wars day, where we're just going to be working on specifically Star Wars until we get all of our Star Wars commissions out. And then the other day is I'm going to be working on like Horus and like Gulliman, Primarchs, the bigger models for 40K. And we're still kind of filling in the rest of the week because we want to be streaming as much as possible just to show off, everybody's models and get to interact with our clients because I enjoy interacting with the people we work for. We're all a bunch of nerds. Oop, I lost that Doom Bowl. Got hit by a water drop. Casualty of war. He's trying to jump in his sleep. I would like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not really anymore with him. He needs to stop growing up so fast. That little bit of death claw in there. All right, go back to tracing here. This just helps bring out all the shape. All right, let's get these underside matched with the rest of the cloth. So we got this shape right here. Avery, what's tomorrow's stream? Did you ever get the schedule finished? Horace? Okay. I'm gonna say that is just part of the pants at this point. Do a little shaping here. Pop out all those hard lines. Don't want to go too crazy with it. All right, so we got that. I think I'm going to bring up the silvers just a hair more when time comes. All right, so the fun part is going to be getting into that chest plate. And I think for this one is where I'm going to put that purple that you're asking for is in that chest plate. So her Shin guards, knee pads, foreguards on our hands, helmet. That's all going to be this baby blue. So this is the first one, the one that's going to be mostly blue. But I'm going to pop in that purple into the chest plate. And then I think I'm going to do a yellow visor. So like the lens is going to be yellow. But at that moment, I need to give this a second to rest. I'm about to hit my 2-hour quick break. So I'm going to get this last little spot here recoated because I see through to it. That way this shin's all nice and dry. So when I come back, we can get that leg cut up to the other one and start moving our way up to the model. So I will see you guys here in about 10-15 minutes while I go walk out, make sure my back doesn't try to break from hunching over so much, and then we will continue for our Star Wars in just a little bit. All right, I've had my drink. I've had my sanity break. I've had my lap around the building. Let's get back to it. Looks like I left off on this foot. So let's get back to my masochistic ways and hand paint all these shade lines. Nope, oh, oh. See another one. All right. Couple little spots to clean up right here. And then I saw a line I missed, so let's go get that quick. All right. Start diving into these bright spots here. It's like a geometry. Get that nailed out here. You get in here between the and the back plates. I don't want to do these side holsters with this blue just to help break this color up. It could be just crazy. Oh no, that's nice. I like that. Just like that nice little color pop right there. It's starting to get dull. Brings it all right back together. She doesn't got side plates, nothing. She's very light on the Mando armor. Ooh, that was really dark on that one. A little bit of that straight white. All right. So I don't really see any in there, but I kind of really think I'm gonna. Yep, I'm totally gonna. I'm just running with it now. Oh, I'm gonna get a little bit up here. That's right. Gotta stay nimble. So you probably put that up there a while ago. See, I'm starting to zone out on what I'm doing now. That's how I know when like I like what I'm doing. Cause I'm just like, ooh, in my head I'm like, ooh, I like this. Ooh, I like this idea. And then I could just start running with it. About AutoZone. I feel like I missed something. You can go back to that sky blue. Funny how certain phrases immediately spark the commercial response, like "Red Robin, yum." Wait, do y'all have Red Robins in Illinois? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Well, you're an East Coaster, okay? You know, I gotta fix things. Just give me a minute. I can only fix so many things so fast. All right. You know, I completely get that. I don't think I can say Red Robin without the yum in my head. If I'm right, there's like a little bell in there when it goes yum. Oh, let's see, what kind of purple? I'm thinking some Gene Stealer. I feel a lot of candies with this. Chili's baby back ribs. I think it might just be our generation kind of thing. All those years of commercials rotting away our brains. Yeah, our kids will not know about commercials. They will grow up with like or subscribe. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Just wait, they'll come up with some other type of thing that's not like or subscribe. Like blink as soon as it's planted in our heads. He blinked when you said it. Nice. Oh, just waiting for that to dry. Hurry up and wait. Guess I can do the hands while I'm at it. Oh, hit something wet. Yeah, we're cruising now. Started entering that phase of hurry up and wait for paint to dry. However, I do need to refill my blue. So we almost got all that base coating done. What are you thinking for the backpack? Is there any particular color you want for the backpack, or are we leaving that silver? Okay. Then I'm going to leave that backpack for last and see how I feel about it with everything else around it. See if we need an extra pop of color. Probably. I'm probably going to do it now that I think about it. Maybe balance it out with a little bit more of this purple. Hey, Parlin, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Let's go with some warm yellow. You are correct. Some Legion. And while we're at it, since I got you here, Kendall, would you please give me the date that we're going to do some Star Wars Shatterpoint on stream? Let's get this boy's models rolling. Thursday? Do you want? No, but it could definitely be used as Sabine. I could see where you could get that. Mondays and Wednesdays, Warhammers. Tuesdays and Thursdays, Star Wars. All right, cool. I think I might have a visitor. See if this door opens. It does open.
It's me.
We got a wild coupling entering. All right, let's get some of this gray in here.
Yeah, you figured out the Christmas miracle of making that a 10-footer.
I heard you say words.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take a break here. I got Josh in the studio, so I'll be back in just a few minutes.
He's not coming back.
I'm coming back, I promise. Okie dokie, I bet. Alright, where was I? I think we were getting some gray on this arm over here. Need a little bit more white in that gray. Depends, Parlin. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't have to finish it. I try to finish it though. That way I don't, start forgetting what colors I used, or sometimes I have blends on my palette that if I don't use, or I'll forget exactly kind of what the ratios are, then I gotta like play around with it till I get it again. So a lot of times it's just better if I just take care of it while I'm at it. Need some more silver gray. Build that up a hair. Now I'm looking for a shadow. Just so we can accent that underhanging. Not quite where I want it, so I'm going to get a little bit darker blue out. A little bit more. Do the undercurve here. Well, I can't really tell the difference in that blue, that camera. That's interesting. All right, let's get some of this shapes. Pop some black into my brush here. In my brighter blues. Let's get this armband going. A little bit of a brighter here on the top. And we'll fade that in here in a second. All right, let's hit this other side here and get this matched up. This one has a lot more going on in the wrist. I'm just going to carefully trace out everything. A little bit more. And then we're going to reshape that. See a little bit of cleanup I got to do here inside the visor. I'm going to trim this up here quick. Okay, so for this chest plate, we've got this nice Gene Steeler purple going on here. Let's go in here and trace everything out so that way we have our shapes. So it kind of looks like there's a line right here. Do a little cleanup on that quick. And let's figure out what that shape is. Well, I think that is a good spot for me to wrap up this one for tonight. I'm gonna debate tonight if I want to do this backpack, this purple, which I might, just because I think that silver's a little off. I mean, it fits it, but I don't think it does the model justice where I want it to do. So we're gonna figure that out tonight. Actually, I'm gonna get this spot right here before I forget it. So let's get that line across the top too. And then we can call it. Then I'm going to go help my buddy Cup set up his desk. There we go. I might add a little bit. See if I can trim this out. I think I'll just give it a nice crisp line right here. Yeah, that looks better. There we go. All right, with that, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight, and then we will continue with streams for tomorrow, which I believe Kendall said is Horus. So we'll be working on Horus tomorrow. So until then, I hope everybody has a good night, and I will see you then.